When you think of games, you normally think of some of your favorites. Games that actually made you want a sequel, or that you could even talk to your friends about and share some of the excitement with. Which then got me thinking about the games that just failed to do that, or to just capture any memorable moments. So that led me to finding a list of the worst rated games out there, to see for myself what makes them so bad, and to give them a second chance. There's a ton of games that I can think of that were amazing when they first came out, and now when you play them, they just haven't aged that well. So to see if that's the case with the ones on this list, we're going to start off with the worst one, which is Flatout 3 Chaos and Destruction. Starting with the Steam reviews, we could see that there are a ton of negative in comparison to the actual one or two positive that I found. Trying to figure out what made people review it so bad, and all I could find out was that it basically just wasn't a flat out game. It had terrible AI and that it's buggy. So being fair, I decided to look up the reviews from gaming websites from the time it came out. And just about every one of them reviewed it negative and with the lowest scores possible. The highest rating it received was from GameSpot, who praised its stimulation and large amount of game modes. When you launch the game, you're greeted by some cheesy rock music and a huge spin wheel of game modes. There's even one that I assumed was a Halloween event where you drive around and hit zombies trying to get the biggest combos you can. I remember back in the days of playing Vice City and running people over and having fun with that, but doing this minus that soundtrack wasn't the same. Speaking of, in-game, this game has no music, just the sounds of your car and the destruction around it. But before you can join in any of the game modes, you must choose your racer from a generous amount of characters. And from what I could tell, they're just cosmetic choices, with none of the characters actually excelling over others. You have generic males with some resembling celebrities such as Vin Diesel and even Ron Jeremy, or women who at one point I'm sure were nice to look at. Of all the modes, the one I actually played the most was a Stuntman. The idea of it is pretty simple, having you try to fling your driver out of your car to the target, giving you different amount of points depending on where you land. While playing, you see that they want you to eject yourself from the car using the eject button. Normally wouldn't be a problem if they told us what the eject button was, but since the game had no menu for controls, you have to figure out everything. And as for the other modes, I felt like the racing was just like every other racing game that came out around this time. It was just super generic, really. Using the ramps in the level was kind of fun, but since I didn't know how to boost at the time, it actually took more time to use them than to just go around for the win. They also had a Twisted Metal Destruction mode, which was awful. It was just a mess. The complaints about the AI really show, and the rest of the modes for this game. They will literally all pile up in one location and destroy each other, all while trying to get to you. It's bad and it's really just not fun. With Twisted Metal, we at least had weapons. But that'll do it for the first review of the worst games. I might do more, I don't know, but if you're interested in this game, it's only $1 on the store right now, and if I were you, I would probably save that $1. But to each their own, I ended up buying it, so I can't say too much. Yeah, if you want to experience it for yourself, it's there on the Steam store. Pick it up.